What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. If you don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
So yesterday, when I made the video about the Donkey Kong Bananza Direct, I was hoping that something like this would happen, but wow. So before we get things started, we're still on the road to 20,000 subscribers. So if you're into Nintendo Switch 2 content and you're not yet a subscriber to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like the video, hit the thumbs up, and also let me know what you guys think in the comment section. So Nintendo dropped that Donkey Kong Bananza Direct this morning, and saying that it was impressive would be quite the understatement. I think that pretty much anyone that was on the fence, or maybe not even interested in this game at all, have now done a complete 180. Now, I said in the past that what they had shown of the game so far was kind of underwhelming to me. I was still going to get the game, but what they had shown at the treehouse and even in the first trailer, but mostly actually the treehouse footage that I saw, it seemed like it was kind of repetitive, and I wasn't really that impressed, and it didn't really seem like a Mario Odyssey type quality to me, based on what was shown. And I was hoping that the reason for that is that they were just keeping this all close to their chest, and it turns out I was absolutely right, because this what they showed this morning in this Donkey Kong Bananza Direct completely blew away every single thing that they've talked about and shown of this game. Like, they really held on to their secrets with this one. And it looks incredible. Like, every single thing about this game looks way better than what they showed just last month. Everything. Like, it looks it looks incredible. The gameplay no longer looks repetitive. Like, there's plenty of power-ups, different gameplay possibilities, potentially maybe even other playable characters hinted at. Or maybe not. But it looks incredible. It looks incredible. And I said before that based on what they had shown before today, this didn't seem like this was or could be the true Mario Odyssey team game, like their next game. But after seeing this, it might just be. Now, the only thing that I guess would be considered bad, I guess, about this being their new full-fledged game is that it potentially pushes the 3D Mario game back just that much further. Because unless they were working on these games at the same time, yeah, if this is the full Mario Odyssey team working on this game, then that presumably means that the next 3D Mario is quite a ways away, like potentially years away. But honestly, after seeing this direct, even if that's the case, I think I'm okay with that, because this actually looks incredible. Like, so much so that it's like, all right, well, you know what? Go ahead and take your time with Mario. I think I'll be cool. I think I'll be cool with this, because this looks great. Like, this literally, based on the 15 minutes that they shown in this game, this looks like this is probably gonna literally be the greatest Donkey Kong game ever. Literally, ever. And that's coming from someone that completely loved Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is one of the best 2D platformers of all time. But this, just based on this 15 minutes I've seen in this game, yeah, I think this is going to outdo it. Like, this looks crazy. It's like, I know they didn't, because the game was already in development, but it's almost like they looked at all the complaints people had about what was shown in the game so far and like use AI to like address everything. I mean, I know that's not what happened, but it's just crazy how damn near everything that you could complain about with this game is addressed in a 15-minute video, and I think that's pretty wild. Like, it almost feels like they watched my my video on Donkey Kong from a month ago or two, and was like, all right, bet. All right, we'll show you. All right, bet. And this game looks crazy. Like, it looks incredible. This looks like this is pretty much going to be some of the most fun to be had on the Switch 2 for quite a while. And I saw a lot of people bummed out that they're like, oh, well, why wasn't this a launch game? Like, it comes out next month. Like, it's a launch period game. Like, what's really the difference if it comes out day one or a month after? Like, or a little bit over a month after. It's still technically a launch. It's a launch period game. People are acting like this game is coming out like 6 months after it says, oh, well, where? This is what they should, like, nigga, it's been a month. Like, the system hasn't even been out a month yet. Like, and this comes out in a month, so just chill. It's a launch period game. But, no, I'm glad that they actually did space it out because, you know, in a month from now, we're still going to be playing Mario Kart and stuff like that, but it seems like pretty much right when we are going to have a craving for something new, bam, Donkey Kong comes out. And then also some other games are also going to come out around that time or just after that time too, especially third-party games. Some big third-party games are going to come out, you know, in late July, August, September, stuff like that. But this actually looks fantastic. Like, they literally addressed all issues that I could have had potentially with this game. Like the different power-ups. It looks like there's more, at least as far as Nintendo platformers are concerned, there's an actual like story with voice acting and stuff like that. The animations look outstanding. The game is running at looks like a locked 60 frames per second, even with all of these crazy physics that's going on. Like, it looks great. And I don't know, it's just when I was watching, and I watched a lot of the treehouse footage of Donkey Kong Bananza, and what they had shown at that time, it looked very repetitive. It did not look really that fun to me. At that time, it looked like they found a mechanic that they like with the destruction mechanic and built an entire game around it, and it didn't look like it was necessarily going to be the funnest game. But as I had hoped, Nintendo was keeping these details very, very close to their chest, because this doesn't even look like the same game. Like, they literally just took I mean, of course, that's what a demo is, but they just took a very, very, very small portion of the game and restricted version of the game and let you play around with it a little bit. But, yeah, I knew that they were probably going to go all out because they had to. The game comes out in a month. There's only so much that you can do from now and then. So they definitely went all out on this game. And I'm seeing even some Nintendo Switch 2 haters that are actually like, damn, this looks pretty good. And it does. This game looks phenomenal. Yeah, it's based on what they're showing here. It looks like Nintendo is like, okay, Donkey Kong, you don't like Donkey Kong as much as the other series? Hold my beer. Hold it, because this looks great. Like, this game has gone from looking like it could be repetitive and not that impressive to potentially, and I say potentially, being better than Mario Odyssey in different areas. Maybe not overall, who knows, but the fact that that's even part of the discussion based on how we talked about this game just a couple days ago is crazy. Like how that's even in the discussion, that this game could possibly be in the same league, let alone better, or let alone in the same league as Odyssey, just based on showing more of this game, 15 more minutes of this game is crazy. And it's just, I mean, I guess I should have known, but that's crazy, like how this game went from appearing to be the most repetitive gameplay wise looking Nintendo game that you've seen in years, to magically being one of the most experimental and diverse gameplay showings that Nintendo has put out in a while. Like, the pure variety of different types of gameplay mechanics and different variations of things that you can do in this game is actually kind of mind-blowing. Like, I'm surprised that they were able to keep this a secret. Like, how much stuff that's in this game that they kept under wraps is kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. I mean, I guess they always figured, we're going to have this big direct that's going to blow everybody away. But, like, imagine having a game that has all of this stuff in it and then having to keep 95% of it secret while people were talking crap about it. and you can't sit there and you can't be like, oh no, it's going to have this and this and this and this. Like, that just shows like Nintendo really has patience, because if this had been another studio and they were trying to, like, they would have leaked this themselves. They'd be like, no, don't talk about our game. It's awesome. Look, see? They would have had someone leak it. But yeah, this game looks crazy. So much variety, so much character, actual real voice acting in a Nintendo platformer, which is not normal at all. Just shows a new side to Nintendo, and then apparently, the developers that are supposed to be working on this game from the Odyssey team are some of the younger members that were big fans of Donkey Kong Country and the other Donkey Kong games, and simply wanted to make a brand new 3D Donkey Kong game. So that could also, if that's true, that could also show why this game seems to have a different feel than some of the other Nintendo platforms out there. I mean, you can still see the DNA of Mario Odyssey, of course, because it's clearly based on the same engine, at least. But yeah, but then it also has a bunch of new things that Nintendo games, first party games, typically do not have. There's also a pretty cool mini game where you can like sculpt pictures of different Nintendo characters, and I think you use the Joy-Con 2 in like the mouse mode, I guess, to do that. I believe. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The photo mode is pretty advanced too. Take some cool pictures and cool like filters and stuff like that. Yeah, this game is actually it's a very good looking game, and what they showed of the game during the treehouse and stuff like that did not really do it justice. Now there's still, some textures here and there that I guess could be better, and some stuff that looks like I guess there's some textures here and there that look like they could be, Switch 1 level at times, but I think that may have been the cost of, one, having a locked 60 frame rate, but also, having all of this stuff going on in the game, all of this destruction, like most of what you see, or a lot of what you see can be completely destroyed. So they're not going to make the textures all super high detailed when they're not static and they can be destroyed in real time. So I get it. But yeah, complete 180 with this game. It looks crazy. I'm just looking at the direct here. It looks awesome. They have the assist mode, where one of you guys can be Pauline, and then here's the sculpting mode that I was talking about earlier. I mean, even this, like, they could have technically made this thing alone like its own game and tried to charge for it. Like this sculpting game alone looks like it's probably would be worth more than that welcome tour. I bet you if they made this sculpt, well, I'm not giving them any ideas, but I bet you if they had they had a game, they called it Nintendo Sculpting, and charged $9.99 for it, I bet you people would have less of a problem paying $9.99 for this than they would that welcome tour. Even though I wouldn't recommend either one having to pay for it, but if it was a choice between those two, I think people would actually be more prone to buy that. Now, these amiibos, if you guys know me, I've never really been a fan of amiibos. Some of them look pretty cool, but yeah. And then the cost of these amiibos have gotten out of control. And, you know, like they said, a lot of that has to do with the tariffs and where these are manufactured and where they have to be shipped from. But goodness gracious, like there's no reason why an amiibo should cost as much as like a game, like a budget. There's no reason why an amiibo should cost as much as like a budget game. Okay, like those Street Fighter amiibos cost the same amount as Gears of War remastered on PS5. Like that doesn't sit well with me. And then, so as someone that didn't even buy the amiibos when they were $12, I damn sure not buying them when they're $30. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about the game. Hopefully you were impressed, because I definitely was. And this is coming from someone that was not impressed with what they showed thus far before this direct. And I tried. I was looking. I was like, oh man, okay, all right. But it just simply looked repetitive to me. But apparently, this was Nintendo's idea the whole time. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. I am blown away. I think that was actually the best game specific Nintendo Direct of all time.